So, Alleah, welcome, and thank you for agreeing to chat with us today about your coffee shop, Drifter Coffee. And for anyone who's not familiar, A, they're a fool, and B, tell us a little bit about your coffee shop and essentially how you got started.
Sure. So I started as a coffee trailer. I like to call it the coffee caboose
Yeah,
in 2015, and we started with events, popping up at different farmers markets and art fairs and music festivals and weddings, and sometimes just popping up on people's front lawns, just kind of whatever we could get our hands on. And I did that for a few years to get my feet wet running a business and to get my name out there. And then finally, the right opportunity came along to open a coffee shop in Ferndale, where I live, and I've lived here for 7 years now.
hmm
And so I knew that it was the right choice to open a coffee shop in my hometown because my mission was community. Um, Using coffee to fuel the community. Coffee shop is a safe space for people to come meet. Maybe they're on a date, maybe they're having a work meeting, maybe they're by themselves. It's just like a
yeah,
safe environment, and we worked really hard to make sure it felt very inclusive, especially in Ferndale. We are really inclusive of the LGBTQ community in this town, and so we wanted the coffee shop to be an extension of that, so it felt like a safe space.
hmm
And I think we did that really well. I think I got a lot of feedback that people felt very welcome, and that is the biggest compliment that we could have gotten.
yeah, yeah. Well, you guys absolutely nailed the feeling of community. I always say, like, Ferndale is a small town with a big community, and I don't think that exists everywhere in the world. And I feel like we're fortunate to have it because we all
Special.
support one another in different ways. Yeah. Um, And then you nailed the sense of the shop. Everything you described is everything that it is, right?
Yay!
I'm a regular when you are able to be open, and there's so many great things about it that just feel like home. And so I think it does draw in folks of all different backgrounds and builds a community space, which is quite interesting. So I
Thank
love it.
you for saying that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love your decadent desserts, many of which are
Mm-hmm.
vegan. Yeah, my family's been vegan for almost 2 years now. And so I love stopping in just for a quick afternoon pick me up to power through the rest of my day, cup of coffee. And I can't avoid a sweet, which I'm not sure if I come for the coffee or the sweet, but tell us a bit about the baked good offerings that you have. Do you guys bake them in house or do you have an awesome baker outside?
We bake them in house. I hired a full-time baker maybe a couple months into running the business, and this is her passion.
hmm
She wanted to be a baker for her life, and so this is an opportunity for her to do that. And what's really cool about her job is that she listens to the community to make sure that she's creating things that they can eat. We have a lot of vegan people in Ferndale. We have a lot of people who are allergic to different things. We have a lot of gluten-free people. So her main role is to make sure there's something for everybody. So whether you're vegan, whether you're gluten-free, whether you're vegan and gluten-free, we always have that option too, or whether you like cheese and meat and a bacon cheddar scone. She
Yeah.
kind of hits some, all the lanes and tries to make something for everybody and even something for the kids too. So
Yeah.
she works in the little kitchen while we're serving coffee. It's a very small space. People are always really surprised, but she gets it done.
Do I have a favorite? If anyone hasn't tried the lemon pound cake, dear Lord, you're missing out. And then in the fall, you guys had pumpkin donuts. Oh my
Donuts,
God.
yeah, we call it Donut Geddon every fall because people go crazy for cider and donuts.
Oh my God, it was so good. Yeah. So you mentioned a bit ago COVID. So tell us how that has affected your business, how you guys are looking forward to the future, pivoting, all of those good things,
Yes,
which I know is a
so it's
big
been,
topic for all of us who are business owners. Yeah,
yes, it's been a roller coaster,
yeah,
that's for sure.
sure.
For about the first month, I wasn't really sure if we were gonna make it. No one was, it was so unknown and it was really scary and depressing. And then something just like shifted within me, and I felt ready to get back to work. As far as like what's next. But in the beginning, we decided to do a grocery store and sell off everything that we had. Basically, all of our extra sugar, all of our extra coconut milk, toilet paper, bacon, everything we had, we just sold it all.
Sure.
And that was a really weird feeling because we were just basically tearing the shop apart, just trying to sell anything we had. And that didn't feel very good, but it was helpful for the people because they didn't want to go to the grocery store. So they were able to do curbside pickup orders of essential items. And so that felt, in line with what our mission was, which is helping the community. In my mind, the safest way that we can serve coffee to people, because it's made safely in the kitchen, it's pre-bottled and we just hand them the bottle, or they pre-order it in a 6-pack and we can take it out to their car. They don't have to come inside. We don't have to, create like an open beverage where we're like adding stuff to it and putting a lid on it. It's like a pre-made item. And it's like all these different flavors that people really want. So sort of like when you go to the grocery store and you see like that Starbucks Frappuccino in a bottle, it's kind of like that.
Well, welcome to being a business owner, right? I mean, it's never perfect, and then throw in a pandemic and you don't know which end is up, and you try a bit of everything to stay afloat, and then eventually something clicks and it's like, yes, this makes sense for the safety of the public and makes sense for us as a business. And those two things are in line, and that's where the magic happens. So I think you're onto something. The walk-up window, I would absolutely walk up and get my lemon pound cake. And that's if you did like a early fall thing, like I'm ready for the donut when you are. So yeah, I would do that and grab my my coconut milk latte for sure. So
cool.
When you're ready, I'm ready. So
amazing.
And, as that begins to open as a community, how do we best support you in this moment, right? You've done all those things, you've tried all of those things. Where are you now, and how do we help you today?
Well, I think that most importantly is just sort of like coming, if you want to support us, come with an open heart, because we are just trying our best and we're not really looking forward to some community members who might be a little bit less than happy that we're forcing them to wear a mask, or that we don't have everything that we used to have, or that maybe we take a little bit longer than we used to, or that maybe it's just a completely different vibe as far as how they get their coffee. We just asking for some patience, because we don't know what we're doing, but we are trying, and we just hope that people will come with an open mind, because it's really hard for me as the business owner to think of subjecting my baristas to stressed out customers who might not be happy, or who might not have been following our journey and seeing how hard we've been trying, who might get upset at them. That's kind of what I'm most stressed about, is those community members who maybe aren't as kind as our regular following, maybe people from out of town who don't really know what's up. I'm just hoping to get really nice, patient humans. But it's not always like that. That was always kind of the hardest part, was we would get some really difficult customers, and it just kind of hurts,
Sure.
Because we have an overall mission of like love and community and safe space, and so when it's not reflected back at us, it's hard to deal with. So just love. That's all we want, is love and support.
I love it. Yeah. We're very much the same, right? Good people on a mission. This is what we're doing, and so when you find somebody who isn't on the same wavelength as you, it can be really challenging. Yeah, for sure. I am confident that our community will support you. I am confident that you guys are going to not just survive, but thrive. Having been a customer, I love coming in. I would love to walk up to your window. I would love to support you in any way. And I encourage everyone in the community to do the same, right? So if you're watching, log on, like their Facebook page so you know what's happening. Check out their website, figure out ways that you can support them, because locally owned businesses are the heart of Ferndale, and we all have to do our part. Yeah, we all have to do our part to support one another. So please do that. And Alleah, thank you for joining us and chatting with us today.